tamping with my Johnny D tamper. Fabulous, thank you, buddy. And smoking some Milan Triple Crown from Mr. Pie and Coffee. I wanted to talk a little bit about customer service and buying tobacco online, or in your local B&M for that matter. And I wanted to share with you guys a few experiences I've had lately in the last few months. So first of all, I'll just start off by saying I buy all my tobacco online, pretty much. I don't know about you guys, but I would like to support my local tobacconist, and I might actually, and I would do that if I had a local tobacconist, first of all, and second of all, if the prices weren't like extraordinarily outrageous. So the closest thing I have to a local tobacconist is a Tinderbox, which is already like a national chain. So if it was really a local guy, or a local business, then I would put more of an effort into buying from them. But as it is, it's a national chain, and the prices are outrageous. I mean, part of it is Washington State tax, which I don't know the numbers really, but it's like 90 or 95% on tobacco products. So the last time I was in there was probably, I don't know, in the spring sometime. And a 50-gram tin of Nightcap was like $32. So, I mean, that's just ridiculous for me when I can buy it for, what, 10, 11 online? I don't know. $32. And they were all pretty much that way. I think the cheapest tin they had was like $27, $26, something like that. And, I might get some supplies from them, a tamper or a lighter or, filters. I don't use filters, but what do I want to say? Pipe cleaners. But there's no way I'm buying tobacco from them. They don't mix their own tobacco. It's a national chain, and it costs 3 times as much as I can buy it online. So with that said, I buy all my stuff online. So a few months ago, well actually, like 4 or 5 months ago, I put an order in at smokingpipes.com. And part of the order was 2 ounces of Cornell and Deal's Crooner. They're blend with deer tongue. And I was excited to try it. But when it came, I bought it bulk. And when it came, I jarred it up right away. And I just cracked into it a few weeks ago. Now, it smells great. It looks just fine. But when I lit it up, it was rancid. Now, I've never smoked it before, so I was a little hesitant. And at first, I didn't say anything to smokingpipes.com. But it was horrible. I couldn't smoke it. I smoked it for like a minute, and I just threw it away. Well, what was in my bowl. And I didn't really know what to think. I thought maybe it was my pipe. Maybe I had left it uncleaned or something like that. So I tried it in a different pipe a couple days later. Same thing. Just rancid. Like, it tasted like meat that had gone bad. So I asked a couple people what I should do. And everyone said, well, contact Smoking Pipes and let them know. So I did. And mind you, I didn't know, the tobacco looks and smells just fine. It smells wonderful. So I don't know what happened. Either I got, sort of like a contaminated batch, or or my jar was not as clean as I thought it was. That's possible. I don't know. It was very strange to me. So really, I didn't do anything for about a month, even after I cracked it open. And then I finally wrote to them and just told them what I just told you, and and they refunded me for it. You know, they didn't ask for it back. They didn't give me any trouble about it. You know, they didn't nothing. They just gave me a refund. And well, no, they gave me store credit for it, which I said was fine because I put orders there in from time to time. So that was one thing. The other time was I put my first order in at Pipes and Cigars, which I don't order from them because I live in Washington and they don't ship to Washington. So, but I like their deal going on. You know, their buy two get one free, and their end of summer specials. So I really wanted to put an order in, and I ended up shipping it to Woody76. Thank you, Woody. And when I placed the order, I had bought 2 tins special Christmas blends for the Secret Santa that I was really excited about. And when I made my order and purchased them, it didn't show that it was out of stock. But I got an email, you know, the next day that said it was out of stock and that they had already shipped the order without that, right? And that they had put it on back order. And I'm thinking, okay, well, that kind of sucks because, you know, I send it to a third party, Woody, so he could send it to me. Now he's going to have to send it to me again, you know, like a second package or what? And then I got to thinking, okay, it's a 2014 special limited edition, you know, Christmas blend. So if they're out of stock, they're probably, that's it, it's gone. So so I called them up on the phone, and the lady didn't really know. She's like, yeah, it's out of stock, we don't know when we'll get more. And I said, well, it's a limited edition, do you think you'll ever get more? And she said, I don't know, maybe when we get the 2015 stuff in, they'll send what's left of their 2014. And it sounded a bit sketchy to me, because I figured they'd probably already have their 2015 Christmas blends in, so people can get it before Christmas. And she didn't really have any answers for me. So I asked her, you know what, can we just forget this and I'll just cancel those 2 items off the order, and I'd like to get a refund. And she said, yeah, no problem. And they refunded me the money. I just recently purchased some off of B&B Tobaccos. I was pretty excited because they had a large selection of Cornell and Deal tins, and a lot of tins that I haven't seen other places, like Habana Daydream, for example, and a few others. Anyways, and so I figured they was probably old stock, and they were $8 a tin for most of them. And I thought, wow, that's great. So I put in an order, and I bought, I don't know, like 10 tins of this stuff. Same thing, it didn't show it was out of order, but the day after, or like 2 or 3 days after I placed my order, I got an email from them, said that one of the blends that I bought, Pennington Gap, was out of stock, and that they didn't have it. You know, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, okay, if you don't have it, then don't say that you have it. Don't sell it if you don't have it, right? But I understand. So I got an email from them, right? And they said they didn't offer to give me my money back or to cancel that item. They wanted me to swap it out for something else. So I said, okay. And I had ordered two tins of Pennington Gap. And so I ordered 2 other tins. 1 tin of Cornell and Deal's Black Frigate and 1 Tuskegee Airman. And they said, okay, thank you. We'll get that out as soon as we can. And as soon as we do, we'll update you with tracking information. I said, great. So the weekend goes, like 4 or 5 days go by, and I don't have any I haven't heard back from them at all. So I emailed them this morning, at which time it's been 8 days since my original order. And I said, hey, what's up? Did you guys ship this or what? I'm getting a little frustrated. And I got an email right away back, within just a few minutes. And they said, oh, sorry. We have some tracking information, and it looks like it was delivered last night. And I was like, oh, great. So I ran out to the mailbox, got it, the package was there. And then I opened it up, and what I found was they had sent me one tin of Pennington Gap, which supposedly was their very last tin. So they couldn't send me two because they didn't have two. They only had one left. So they sent me one and one of the replacement tins. Really, it wasn't that big of a deal, but I was already sort of fed up with them throughout the process. The original back order, which I didn't know about till after they shipped it, and then not giving me not telling me that my order was shipped or giving me tracking information or anything like that. And I was disappointed because I wanted to keep one of those tins and send another one to somebody else, and sort of smoke it together and share that experience. And if they would have told me that they only had one tin left, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. I would have gotten something else. And plus, I had come to grips with the fact, okay, they don't have Pennington Gap, I'll get something else. And I picked out two blends I hadn't tried before, and I was anxious to get them and try them now. And now only one of them shows up. And so I wrote him another email, and I explained to him what happened. I said, hey, you said you didn't have these in stock, and now I'm expecting two different ones. And what I get is half of that order and half of the replacement order. And I just told him I wasn't really happy with it. I was a little frustrated, and I probably wouldn't be buying from him again. Like half hour goes by, and they get back to me, and they say, we'll give you a refund back onto your card for one of the tins, and if you decide to buy from us again, you can use this 10% off your order coupon. So that's sort of how they made it right, which I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, it was nice, right? I basically got a free tin plus 10% off on my next order, which I don't know if I'll order from them again. If I do, it'll only be to use that 10% off. So we'll see. That's my experiences so far with buying tobacco online and customer service from a few online tobacconists. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later, I guess. Be well and love truly.